Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome to the next chapter of the Lightning Library, the series covering the history and details of every entry in the Lightning Collection, so you know which are the best, what you're getting with each entry, and what I think of them. New York Toy Fair was the full reveal of Lightning Collection Wave 1, and the beginning of the reveal for Wave 2 in 2019. Both of these initial waves were known by the fandom long before their reveals, since they were part of the first leak for the line back in November 2018 from Amazon. As 2019 went on, Wave 1 came out in April, and then Wave 2 came out in July. Hasbro had claimed at Toy Fair that their goal was 2 waves of Lightning Collection a year, and with 5 months left in the year after the release of Wave 2, it seemed like there would be room for at least one more wave to release. By the time Wave 2 was fully revealed at San Diego Comic-Con 2019, it had appeared that Hasbro finally caught up with ongoing leaks at the time, with the exception of Psycho Blue. This actually wasn't the case. Wave 3 would be part of the biggest leak in Lightning Collection history to date in August of 2019, but at the time of this leak, it was thought to be the first time Wave 3's lineup was known. However, a post on 4chan was actually the one to post for the correct Wave 3 first, all the way back in January and February of 2019. On January 31st, 2019, about 3 weeks before New York Toy Fair and the official reveal of Wave 1, a 4chan post was made claiming to be a leak from German Toy Fair, confirming the lineups for Wave 1 and 2. At the end of their post, they claimed Lord Drakkon would be joining the Wave 3 lineup, with the rest unknown. This was the first piece of info about anything Lightning Collection beyond what the November 2018 leak had contained. Another post claiming to be from the same user would appear on February 15th, the same day that Southern Hobby leaked the renders of Wave 1. On this post, they added that Wave 3 would also contain MMPR Red, Dino Gold, and Morphers Blue. These posts were ridiculed as fake by users in the 4chan thread, and due to being posted in a more obscure section of the Power Rangers fandom, these posts were not spread around much, and for 7 months, the info for Wave 3 was just sitting there, completely correct, before Walmart listings would confirm them in August. 4chan wasn't done with this wave, however. Until the Walmart listings were found, there was always the possibility that these posts were faked. However, a post in a completely different 4chan thread made on April 11th, 2019, showed a GameStop pre-order sheet that had listed a Lightning Collection MMPR Red Ranger figure, which seemed to back up the idea of this wave lineup. Finally, once August rolled around, a crazy amount of Lightning Collection listings would be found on the same night. Friday, August 16th into Saturday, August 17th, Twitter users at PowerRangerTalk and at Razzle1337 would find on Walmart listings for Lightning Collections Wave 3, 4, and 5. We'll talk about Wave 4 and 5 in detail in their own videos, but first up was Wave 3. At PowerRangerTalk posted their findings of the Wave 3 first. This was the first main example of Lightning Collection figures being codenamed. By this point in time, Wave 1 and Wave 2 had been officially revealed and able to be ordered, but some remnant listings around the internet from when they were still unrevealed still had them codenamed, so a code system was already slightly known. For whatever reason, these Walmart listings for Wave 3 had all of them decoded in the description below, which matched up perfectly to the 4chan post from February. The way the codes worked was season name, then color, then ranger. Each season either had a pretty easy to solve season code, or they made no sense. And each color's code name started with the same letter as the actual color. For reference, MMPR Red Ranger was SPC Roger Romeo, with SPC standing for Mighty Morphin, Roger being Red, and Romeo being Ranger. Dino Gold Ranger was DC Grizzly Romeo, Beast Morphers Blue Ranger was BDY Beta Romeo, and finally Lord Drakkon was SPC Lotus Duchess. Wave 4 and Wave 5 didn't have Walmart decode them in the description, so those actually had to be decoded by the fandom, but we'll get to that later. So now Wave 3 was out there and known. It would still be a little while until Hasbro had revealed them though. Towards the middle of October, it was announced that Hasbro would be attending a series of European conventions to show off products. The first of these would be the final Friday of the month at Paris Comic-Con. It was already confirmed by Hasbro that new Lightning Collection figures would be shown off there, so Wave 3 seemed to be a given. The Monday before Paris Comic-Con, however, at IamNegro on Twitter would post leaked photos of the Wave 3 figures that appeared to have been taken at the production factory. These showed all of the Wave 3 figures except for Lord Drakkon. Complaints began immediately about Dino Gold and his neck not being painted white, and the gloves not having the silver paint on the back, and people were upset about the gold color used on the figure. MMPR Red was also seen as a disappointment that Hasbro had not fixed the visor issues on this release from when his helmet came out in the SDCC Jason 2-pack earlier that year. Right before Hasbro had the chance to reveal the Wave at Paris Comic-Con that Friday, Amazon would jump the gun and post the promo pics of the Wave up on their site. This confirmed that the missing paint on Dino Charge Gold was not just in the factory prototype, but this would be making it to the final release. The Wave was also announced shortly after, put up for pre-order, and listed for a December 2019 release. But get ready for this. So while Wave 3 was announced on Friday, October 25th, 2019, the Wave was found in stores 5 hours later. Fans on Facebook found the figures on the shelves at vintage stock stores in Oklahoma that night. By far, this is the quickest turnaround for a Wave from announcement to release, and it's still pretty crazy that it even happened. The next day, Entertainment Earth had cases of the Wave up in stock, and when asked about the sudden release at the other European conventions they attended that weekend, even the Hasbro representatives were confused. The case this time around would be different from every other Wave, with 2 of the figures being 1 per case this go. MMPR Red and Morphers Blue were both 3 per case, while Dino Charge Gold and Lord Drakkon ended up being the 1 per case figures. Finally, let's take a look at the Wave itself. MMPR Red is first up. He is the 3rd member of the MMPR team to be released, and is the classic Red Ranger mascot for the franchise. The figure is using the same base body mold as all of the Rangers with dragon shields, released in 2019, but with the shield missing and the arms a new slight different mold to not have the shield bands. His belt buckle also doesn't include the Dragon Dagger holster in this form that was on his SDCC Armored release. All of his accessories come from somewhere else as well. Jason here comes with the Power Sword and Blade Blaster in gun mode that were both in the SDCC set, but now in a retail release. There is no holster mode of the Blade Blaster unfortunately, so when holstered, it looks a little odd. The Power Sword continues to suffer the problem of paint chipping off the handle. His hands are just 2 fists and 2 holding hands, nothing crazy. The effect piece is the same one that was released with Dino Charge Red back in Wave 1, but this one is cast in a lighter shade of blue. Jason's civilian head included is the one from the SDCC 2-pack, however it's the one that was advertised to go with the Zeo Gold Ranger and not Armored Red. But it looked good there and it still looks good here. Beast Morphers Blue is next up. He is basically the same figure as Beast Morphers Red from Wave 2, but with a new helmet and obviously painted blue. All of the details on him are good, but he still suffers the same small issues of his chest armor feeling a little loose due to the way it's designed. Ravi comes with the same hands that Devon did, just cast in blue this time. The Beast X Saber makes a return as well, but unfortunately there is no Beast X Blaster or combined weapon mode included instead of the Cheetah Blaster. Since he's lacking 1 weapon in comparison to Devon, he makes up for that with 2 effect pieces. The Tech Pixel-like effect piece is back in this release, but Ravi also includes a brand new punch effect piece that is one of my all-time favorites in the line. Finally, the Ravi head is last up, and wow does this one look good. It's up there for one of the best in the whole line, especially up to this point, showing just how the modern seasons with their 3D sculpting technology compared to reference photos can really make a big difference. Now we focus on the 2 1 per case figures this time around. Dino Charge Gold is first up. He joins Tyler from Wave 1 to continue the Dino Charge team. The complaints of the white missing on the neck are valid complaints. Depending on the pose, they can look rather odd. The gold color is something that I think is a hit or miss. Ivan comes with a decent amount of accessories. His hands are also missing paint, they don't have that silver on the back of them that was present on Dino Charge Red, so this is a classic example of Hasbro's lack of consistency between the teams. Ivan has his Terra Saber, which can be opened up to recreate him putting Dino Chargers inside, and it even has Xander Thunder molded onto it, which makes it super show accurate. His Terra Morpher is removable when swapping a hand, so technically it's an accessory as well. His effect piece is the same one that was included in the Fighting Spirit Green and Putty set, but here it's cast in a yellowish gold color. And finally, here is his civilian head. The wave comes to a close with the first ever Lightning Collection figure based on a character or suit from the Boom Studios comic series. This one is the evil Tommy Oliver, Lord Drakkon. Before the Lightning version in this wave, the only figure Drakkon ever got before was the Power Morphicon 2018 exclusive Bandai Legacy figure that was infamous for its bad build quality. This one is much better. He's using a modified MMPR base body mold with different boots and gloves and such. Drakkon comes with a decent amount of things as well. When he was revealed at Paris Comic-Con, his concept render was shown to have a Saba alongside the Dragon Dagger. However, only the Dragon Dagger was included in the final release. It's the same one from the Fighting Spirit Green release, and the same one from the STCC Jason 2-pack. His civilian head looks great too. It's a new Tommy likeness compared to what was released before. It appears to be based on the advertisement made for the Boom Studios Shattered Grid event, in which Jason David Frank played a live-action version of Drakkon rather than the comics themselves, but it's still really well done, with the cracks on the cheeks and the long hair and all. This is a great wave overall. MMPR Red and Beast Morphers Blue are sure using a lot of reused pieces, but they are still good figures and what you would expect from these Rangers. Dino Charge Gold is lacking a little bit, but Lord Drakkon is such a good figure, he really overshadows some of the flaws the wave has. This wave and the 4 figures in it were the final release of 2019 for the Lightning Collection, which finished 2019 off at 21 figures for its first year. On the next chapter of the Lightning Library, we continue to take a look at that August 16th Walmart leak, when we look at the first 2020 release and the next wave of figures with Wave 4.